How's everyone doing? I'm back here again for our video, and in this video I'm doing a new updated movie room tour. Yeah, I know I did one of these a few weeks ago, but I made some more changes to my movie room and I wanted to show them off to you guys because I am really happy the way things have turned out. I know I said that in my last video, but I really am serious. I am really happy with the way that things turned out, the changes that I made to my movie room, and I think that this is where I think that this is how it's going to stay for a while. But first off, I just want to say, if you guys hear some noises in the background, it's because the wind outside is blowing really, really hard. It's been blowing really hard for the past few days, and, every time it blows, it hits the side of the house and makes sort of a banging noise. So if you hear any, sound in the background, it's because of the wind, which has been really windy and really cold. That's winter for you. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the shelf that's behind me. This is the biggest white shelf in my movie room, and then I'll move on to everywhere else around the room. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So here's the the main white shelf, and as you can see, there is some extra space down here, and the main reason why is because I've actually moved all of my non-horror VHS tapes over to this shelf right here. As you guys may remember in my last video, I said I wanted to make this a complete horror movie shelf. But I still had some non-horror movie VHSs on the shelf, so there was still some non-horror movies on the shelf. Well, I recently moved all those tapes to this shelf right here. So now this entire shelf is my entire horror movie collection, minus a few sets, which you'll see in a minute, but from top to bottom, this is a complete horror movie shelf. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a closer look. Now, nothing has really changed up at the top right here. These are all the same. I got my boxes across the top, got my Halloween shelf right here, and my Scream Factory shelf right here. But right here, this is where the changes start. First off, this is my Evil Dead shelf. Now, I did show this off in the last video, but I wanted to show it off because now, as you can see, I've moved all the VHS tapes out from behind there, and now they're against the wall, which I think looks a lot better. It looks a lot less cluttered, I think. And then this is my new section. This is my Child's Play shelf. Child's Play is one of my favorite horror franchises, and I wanted it to have its own shelf in my room. So, you got the Scream Factory release of Child's Play right there. You got the Chucky, the complete collection Blu-ray set. You got Curse of Chucky on Blu-ray. I've got the 20th anniversary edition of Child's Play on DVD. And then I have VHSs. I have my sealed copy on VHS, my childhood copy. And then VHS is a Child's Play 2, which I absolutely love the artwork for Child's Play 2 and 3 and Bride of Chucky. So, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to make my own, I wanted to have the Child's Play franchise have its own section because it's one of my favorite horror franchises. And now I have a section for all my favorite horror franchises, because I got the Evil Dead franchise right there. I got Halloween, Child's Play, and I just think it looks really nice. And then down here, this is where my Blu-rays start. And like I said, all the tapes that were behind these are now gone, and now these are against the back of the shelf. And they go all the way to here. And now I have this entire empty shelf to put more Blu-rays. So I have a lot more extra space, which I'm really happy with. That's one thing that us, movie collectors, we always worry about, we always have a problem with, is getting more space for our collection. And I'm really happy to have this empty shelf right here. And now here is where the VHSs start. I went ahead and I put my all my Anchor Bay clamshells right here, and then behind here starts the VHSs. And then I decided to display my horror movie steelbook. So we got the Flatliner steelbook right there, we have the Wolfman steelbook, and the It Follows steelbook. I know it's a small collection, but I do plan on, of course, continuing on and adding more to the collection. And then right here I just put my two Vestron video titles, Return of the Living Dead 3 and Parents. And then starting right here are all my horror DVDs. They go all the way down this shelf. And behind them is more horror VHSs. And then of course it continues down to right here. And then all the way down to there. So yeah guys, I'm really happy the way this turned out. Now obviously I know that eventually I will need to have more space for my Blu-rays, and I will probably end up doing away with my Child's Play section, simply because I just know that my Blu-ray collection is going to grow, but you know, until then I'm going to keep this up because I think that this looks really nice. I really like the way that this turned out, and you know, I still have this entire shelf right here to fill up, so I'm not going to have to do away with that section anytime soon because I still have, you know, this whole shelf right here to fill up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main white shelf. Nothing's really changed over here. This is all mostly the same. You know, got of course, my Steelbooks right here, my Digibooks, my Arrow Video, Criterion, and then my Christmas movies are down here. Now we're going to move over here because this is all my non-horror movies, you know, on Blu-ray and on VHS. This is where I moved all my non-horror VHSs. And, you know, this section is just comedy movies on Blu-ray, you know, family films, dramas, just anything else non-horror. I have it all on this shelf right here. So first, as I always show off, this is my Home Alone shelf, which, you know, I will be doing an updated Home Alone collection video when I get more stuff in. I don't have a whole lot. You guys saw that I just recently got the Home Alone, the 25th anniversary edition of the soundtrack, and I will be doing an unboxing for that soundtrack CD because I really like how it's laid out. I really like the artwork that they chose for it, and I want to do a video just showing that off. But now here starts my regular Blu-ray section. But first, I have this little section right here, and this is my Twister section. Next to Home Alone, Twister is probably tied as my favorite movie. You know, some days it's really hard for me to decide. Like, when I watch Home Alone, I think, yes, this is my favorite movie. And then I watch Twister, and I think, yes, this is my favorite movie. So, I really think Home Alone and Twister have always been tied as my favorite movie. But first right here, we just have, you know, my old childhood VHS copy sitting right here. I know it's a little bit dark. And then I have my DVD copy right here. And then the Blu-ray. And then this is just a little book that was put out. It's basically a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the film, but it's also talking about actual tornadoes. And then, you know, that's the section right there. And then this starts my regular Blu-ray section. You know, I know I keep referring to this as my non-horror Blu-ray section. You know, and it kind of makes it sound like I don't care about these movies as much as my horror movies, which is really untrue. This is just what it's just what I call the section. You know, I mean, I could just call it my regular Blu-ray section, but you know, this is all my comedy movies. This is some drama films that I own and action films as well. So this is just my every other format besides horror section, basically, on Blu-rays. And then behind here are all the VHSs. You can't really see them, but they're all in the back. And then they go all the way down to there and right here. And then down here, this is like my comedy classic section. Like I have my Laurel and Hardy VHSs right here, and my Little Rascals and my Our Gang VHSs. And as you can see, I still have this entire shelf and this entire shelf for my Blu-rays. Now you might be wondering, well, if that's where you have all of your other formats on, your other films on Blu-ray, like all your comedy movies and your family films, then where do you have all your DVDs that were on this shelf? Well, originally I had my DVD shelf right here in front of this shelf, and this was sort of blocking this shelf right here. The problem was that it was sort of taking up this space right here, and so we moved it to over here. So now I have all of my, my comedy DVDs, my action films on DVD, on this shelf right here in front of this window. And I also made another section for another one of my favorite films. This is my Girl section, which I will be doing a separate video showing off. My Girl is another one of my favorite films. It's definitely my top 5. And I wanted it to have its own section, so I actually have them all displayed right here on this top shelf. I always keep this window you know, the shades on this window closed, so no sun will come in, and you know, these won't get sun damaged or anything. And I think they look, you know, they're going to be fine, and I think they look really good here. So you know, I don't have to worry about sun damage. But yeah, that is my girl section, and like I said, I will be doing a separate video showing my girl section off. And then starting right here are all my, you know, like I said, my comedy movies, my action films, and some of my drama films as well on DVD on this shelf. Goes all the way down. And then it stops right here. And then old Wendy girl is getting in the way. What you doing, Wendy Will? And then down here I have all my CDs at the bottom, and the last one are all my music and music concert DVDs. Sorry, I had to wait for Wendy to move. Down right here. And I will be doing separate videos showing off my music concert DVDs and my CDs eventually, as well as my vinyl. You know, as I said in my plans for 2018 video, I really do want to start talking about music on this channel, so I will be doing videos showing these off as well as my vinyl collection. But I really like the way this shelf looks, and I like how it's just over here, so it kind of, you know, there's basically shelves all the way around this entire room now, which I really like. Nothing's really changed over here. These are all mostly the same VHS tapes that were on there. I do have this right up here. This was given to me from one of Mike's friends, Tony. This is a Pink Floyd The Wall poster, which I just have setting up there. And then right here, I have a framed Dark Knight poster right above this shelf right here, which I think looks really good. I really like that up there. And then, of course, you know, I have this shelf, which nothing's really changed. These are mostly all of my my TV shows, and then I got some horror, DVD box sets, the Indiana Jones sets right there, and just a bunch of miscellaneous, like, more bigger sets. This is my Godzilla section right here, DVD, Blu-ray, VHSs, and these are just sets that I just don't want, or I just don't have enough space on my regular shelf. Then I got some DVD steelbooks right there. I've done videos showing these off, and I haven't made any changes, so I'm not going to show these off a whole lot. These are all my big clamshell VHSs, excuse me. I almost coughed a little bit right there. But these are all my clamshell VHSs. And then right here are just some, some different tapes. Like these are ex-rental tapes that I got from closing down a movie gallery, and then a couple of big box VHSs. But other than that, guys, that is it. That is my new updated movie room, and like I said, I'm really happy the way things are turned out, and I do think that this is how they're going to stay for a while. But as always, I'm still trying to look for another shelf that's about as big as this one to go onto this onto this wall over here, and then I'll replace this shelf and probably this shelf with that bigger shelf once I eventually get it. But that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. I'm hoping maybe once I get my taxes back, I might be able to get some money and get a shelf as big as the main white one that I have. And once I have that shelf, then I'll definitely put what I want to put on there, and it'll probably make my movie room complete. Because, I'm always trying to find new ways to give myself more space. And as of right now, I think I did a good job, and I'm just happy the way that things are now. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about my movie room. Let me know what, if you like my changes, if you think there's something else that I should do in my movie room to give me more space, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.